Hello everybody, we are here with our June wrap-up. I genuinely cannot believe it is July. In good news, I have read now 29 books and my goal is 45, so I'm well on my way to reach that. I probably will read more than that actually, which is shocking because this is my busiest year of my life yet with being a new mom. So I'm just so proud that I was able to kind of not only stick to reading, but actually read more than I ever have. So that's awesome. But this month, or last month, I read 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I did finish a book, but it was right on like July 1st. So I can't count it for June. But I wanted to go through and kind of go over my thoughts on the 4 books that I read, all that good jazz. First book that I read in June was She's Not Sorry by Mary Kubica, which I'm going to be using my iPad here to show you the cover because everything that I read this month was on Libby, so I don't have the physical book. But anyway, Mary Kubica is just a brilliant writer, and starting out with her in June was like it was hard to follow after that, I will say. So I usually just read my reviews off Goodreads for this, just because I feel like my Goodreads reviews, I really do a good job of encompassing all of my feelings, especially right after I read it, because to be honest, I can't even, actually I do remember a little bit about this, but that's my reader red flag, is I will read a book, love it, and then ask me what happened during it, no idea. I just completely forget. So anyway, Miss Kubica is brilliant, seriously. When I hit part 2, I went like audible gasp, which I do remember what happened in part 2, so it was really good. But then there was even more gasps after that. I really enjoyed this one and can't wait for another book by Mary. It's going to be hard to wait. Mary, if you're reading this, if you ever need an ARC reader, I would love to be it. Even if it's your grocery list, I'll read it. Still feel that way. I feel like Mary Kubica is just such a good writer, and it's one of those things where she just does it so well. She does thrills really well. So as a thriller reader, love to see it. Now, again, I knew it was going to be hard to follow such a good book, but next I read One of Our Own by Lucinda Berry, and I did that on audiobook because AJ Cook narrated it, and AJ Cook is JJ from Criminal Minds, and I love her. I love her, love her, love her. So here's a little look at what One of Our Own looks like. And so the reason I gave this book 3 stars, and the only reason this book got 3 stars was because AJ Cook read it. Like, I could listen to her read anything. I just love her so much. But yes, this was a quick read and it was enjoyable, but it was just so unbelievably obvious that it kind of ruined it for me. There were absolutely no twists or shocking ending. I don't know why, but I had a lot more expectations for a book from this author, as I keep seeing good reviews of her books. Again, it was a quick book, which is nice, but I just wish there was more to it. And from what I recall about this book, yeah, there was everything, I just feel like was so set up at the beginning. Like, you knew what the ending was going to be, so there was just no twists. And as a thriller gal, that just isn't for me. But again, AJ Cook, brilliant narrator. So if you love Criminal Minds, you love JJ, you should listen to that one. Next was a Jennifer Hillier book, which I believe I read, yes, Jar of Hearts last month. So I wanted to hop on another book of hers. And I rated this, it was Things We Do in the Dark. And I rated this 5 stars. This was an audiobook for me. And this one was a good story with so many moving pieces. I love how Jennifer writes. She ties everything together so well. Brilliant. Yeah, I really did like that one, but obviously, again, her books are so dark, so trigger warnings are much needed, and you should read them. So I did really like this book, but I don't know if it's going to be my favorite. Because as of right now, I did really like Jar of Hearts, and I almost think I liked Little Secrets the best so far of hers. So again, it was a good book, but I think I like other books of hers better. Lastly is big one, a newer one, and it was The Fury by Alex Michaelides. I hope I am saying that right. And he wrote The Silent Patient, which is one of my all-time favorite books. So I was interested in reading this book because of that. So here's what it looks like. So popular. Yeah, I gave this book 3 stars, which I'm a high rater, and this book got 3 stars. So that 3 stars is like hard for me to do, but this book was such a slow-paced thriller that it left me extremely disappointed, especially after loving The Silent Patient. I found the main character to be insufferable, annoying, arrogant, which made it tough to read for a while, but in a sense, I understand why his character had to be that way. But I also found, like, the whole lot of characters to be dumb, because, like, in no world would this happen, ever, so, I don't know, that kind of ruins it for me, too. I also think this book was hard to read because I didn't enjoy any of the characters, so by the end, I didn't care who did it, who lived, who died. I just was done with the book. I was just reading, I finished reading it because I don't DNF books, mostly. I don't think I've ever DNF'd a book in my life. But I also was just finishing it to just see how the heck it ended, like how he was going to put this all together, and yeah. But the ending was good. I didn't necessarily see the one twist coming, but the rest I wasn't too shocked. And again, as a thriller reader, I love a twist. I love a shocking ending. And this one just didn't do it for me, especially after reading The Silent Patient. I just feel like that's The Silent Patient, maybe as an author, like that's kind of hard to come back from or hard to follow. So I'm not really sure, but yeah, that wasn't my favorite. Which I did have, I saw a lot of mixed reviews about that one, so I wasn't necessarily shocked. But I still had a lot of expectations for him in that book because I like The Silent Patient so much. But 4 books for June, and I've already finished 1 for July. I'm currently reading 3 right now, 2 for book club, and then I will also be reading this one too for book club this month. So I'm definitely going to get probably 5 or 6 books done this month. Hopefully. So I'll keep you updated in my July wrap up. This is another book I'm reading in July. I'm also reading the first book in the Knock 'Em Out series, Things We Never Got Over. And I'm listening to this one book called Tuesday's Child. I believe it's by, her name is Anya Mora. And so far, I'm really intrigued by that book. It's an audiobook. It's really good. So I will definitely keep you updated on my July wrap up. Can't believe that we're getting, I mean, it's only July 6th, but still. Either way. All right. Thank you for watching my June wrap up, and we will see you in July.